Hey everybody, I just made this video and as usual I did something to screw it up, so we're starting over again. Just to get this out of the way, if you like this video, please hit subscribe or like underneath. Lets me know people are actually watching this. Comment if you want me to make any other videos or if you just have any questions about this one too. So I just got my camera back from Canon. I had it in the repair shop. I haven't made a video in a while, so I'm going to make a bunch in the next little while. Right on, thanks for them because they gave me, they didn't charge me too much for it, and it's working great. So to do this, the first things you need to get down, you need to have your subdivisions down. So we're going to start off with 16th notes, 8th note triplets, and 16th note triplets, and I'm going to keep time on the hi-hat so you can hear them. And this is really important that you're able to change between them. So let's try that out. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Now you got to do those same patterns, same exercise, but you got to accent the fourth note of each one. So when you're doing a triplet, right, left, 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 right, you got to do that on the fourth note. So what I did to learn this is I actually wrote out 16th note triplets on a piece of paper or 8th note triplets on a piece of paper and drew the accents over, and I drew my hi-hats in there so you can see where it goes. I'll show you real slow on the 8th note triplets first, and then I will show you all three exercises immediately after. So now all three. Okay, now it gets a little more tricky. We're going to do that same pattern with paradiddles. So right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So I'll go over all three of these again. Now that we learned that, there's a couple things we can do with this. The first one, I will show you. I'm not going to keep time on this one, so I'll probably go way off. But I use that as a bit of a modulation kind of fill. And I move it between these two cymbals and the snare. So I'm going to try that in a groove. I can actually do it while opening and closing the hi-hat to keep time. I only like it to open a little bit when I'm doing this, so. Trust me, if you do this and your band's not expecting it to, you're going to throw them way off and they're not going to like it. Once in a while, if everyone's playing like just, simple 4/4 riffs, it works out really well. But if they're playing technical parts and looking for the downbeat, you've caused some problems. So now that we have the 16th note triplets, let's move the right hand to the toms for now. The one rule is if it's a double stroke on the right hand, it's on the snare drum, and the left hand is on the snare drum. Anything else can go anywhere else, but if you hit a cymbal, make sure you hit the kick. We'll get there after. Those felt the most natural hitting. I know there's a few singles I was doing on the snare, and it doesn't matter. Another thing is, remember, the accenting those notes makes a big difference. I will show you on the left hand one note that I always tend to accent when I'm doing this fill. Hit her in there. You could actually accent all the left hand of the beginning of the paradiddles and it works out. Another thing is if you just do these three and keep going back and forth around them, you're going to go over the bar line and it gets really kind of confusing and awesome. So the next thing you got to do is move 3 hands to the crash, and then once you do the last right on the snare, then I move it to the toms. I'll play it real slow. That's the first half, and then the second half I move it back to the toms. There's that accent again, right after that. Then here's the last half. So now the whole thing. It's just paradiddles. Let's try it real fast just for fun. So the main things you want to work on are just get the subdivisions down. Turn that off. And then you could either work on every fourth note on the right hand, which is also good to learn. You could start doing left hand lead and then the paradiddles over it. See, if you notice there, I screwed up and I switched at the wrong time and went left-hand lead. So working on left-hand lead stuff really does come into play. I was able to keep playing. It sounded the same, but I was kind of freaking out mentally when I had to start on left-hand lead when I wasn't meaning to. But that's pretty much it. I'll play maybe one more fill and one more groove. And if you go through a few of my other YouTube lessons and stuff, I got my 3s, 5s, 7s, and I really just combine a whole bunch of these things and different rolls, like the 6-stroke roll, and you can make yourself a solo pretty easy. I used to wonder how guys can play solos for so long when mine just sounded like forever, and it was really, really boring. And it's because I didn't work on ghost notes, and my left hand sucked. But yeah, you just combine, I combined one more little video thing I made and this one, and you got, you know, a long extended fill. If you're trading 4s, you could use this closer to the end when you want to really bring the heat. And still, I have a long ways to go. I actually just kind of learned this one myself. And you can just literally pick a hand pattern, a subdivision, change the accents of a few notes, change a few placements, and you've just made a fill. So I hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do or make a video of, and I will try my best to show you. Thanks a lot.